Right. So children, with this video, we are going to discuss March 2021 Mathematics Paper 1. Right. So you know from grade 7 onwards, for your semester examinations, you do have paper 1 and paper 2. Right. So here I have selected March 2021 paper. And first of all, when you get the paper, what you want to do, you want to read the instructions properly, right? So then the first instruction they have given, answer all the questions showing your workings where necessary. So you know paper 1, you want to write the answers in the spaces provided in this paper. Therefore, you want to show all of your workings in this paper itself, right? So you can use either a working column or you can use whatever the space you have, especially in part A, they have allocated enough space to write your workings as well as your whatever the calculations. Then they have mentioned that you are not allowed to use the calculators, and the final 3 points they have mentioned the marks allocation. For part A, you get 2 marks for each question, and for part B, you get 4 marks for each question, and part C, you get 5 marks for each question. So why you need to have an idea about the marks allocation, children? Then you know that how you want to present the steps and how you want to do the workings and all. So for 1 mark, so then you know that the steps won't be required. But for something that a question like which carries 5 marks, definitely you want to show your workings step by step clearly. Right, straight away we'll move to part A and take your papers. Hope all of you have done this paper. And if you have done, this will be very effective because you can pause the video and you can mark your answers. Otherwise, it's just like that you're listening to a sermon and you're just listening to the calculation. It doesn't work, children. So if you have not done, the best thing you can do, first you do the paper, then you watch the video and mark your answers. Then part A, so the first question you have 2/7 of 14x, right? So first of all, how do you write this? See how you want to write the answer. So first of all, you want to have an idea, what does this mean? This of means the multiplication, and you have 14x, right? So then you know how you can simplify this. If you feel that you cannot simplify this as it is, so you can expand 14x also, but it doesn't want to do right like that. You can just simplify 14x and 7. But if you feel that it's hard, what I did, I expanded 14x, that is 14 multiplied by x. Then 7 times 1 and 7 times 2, then the answer will be 2 times 2, 4. 4 times x, 4x, that is the answer, right? Then we'll move to the question number 2. You want to, so children, you can mark your answer that if you got 4x, so you can put a tick. And if you have not got 4x, then you can check what has done. So what you have done, what is the mistake? So the first thing you want to know that instead of you can use the multiplication sign. Then straight away, if you can simplify 14x and 7, that would be fine. But if you can't, you can expand 14x as 14 multiplied by x. Then you can simplify. The final answer is 4x. Right. So then we'll move to question number 2. So you want to find the area of the parallelogram. So what is the formula, children, to find the area of the parallelogram? That is base into perpendicular height, right? So that is base into perpendicular height. Okay, so now here you have 3 items now. So that is something which you want to apply your knowledge. Now you have three items, 14, 8 and 10 children. Out of these three items, which will be the base value and which will be the perpendicular height, how we are going to recognize that? Here you can find this, the 90-degree angle, right? So then this will be the base, right? So this will be the base and this will be the perpendicular height, right? So this will be the perpendicular height. Now you may think so that why they have given 14 to mislead you, because you want to so clearly recognize which one will be the base value. Now let's say for an example, children, this is a parallelogram, and if you are going to use 14 centimeter as the base value, then what happened? So then whatever the perpendicular height should be drawn against that 14 centimeter line. But here, that 10 centimeter perpendicular line was drawn against the 8 centimeter. That means the 8 centimeter is the base value. So how we are going to do the calculation? The base is 8 centimeters and the perpendicular height is 10 centimeters. Then what will be the answer? 80 centimeters squared. Children, so you want to check that whether you have written all these equation marks in a line, whether you have used the units, right? Then the final answer 80 centimeter square. Then we'll move to question number 3. It's from here the percentage lesson. So you want to write 49 as a fraction. How we are going to write it, children? That 49 over 100, because the percentage, the percent means that the per 100, 49%, 49%, or else 49 per 100. Now here luckily, so they have not mentioned anything whether you want to see, get the simplest version of this fraction or the lowest version of this fraction. They have asked you to write this as a fraction only. So then 49 over 100. So you don't have any calculations to show here, workings to show here. So you just write 49 over 100. Right. So then we'll move to question number 4. Round off 1297 to the nearest 100. Children, first of all, what you want to do, you want to understand the 100 place. So what is the 100 place? This 2, right? After that, what you have, it is number 9, right? It is number 9. So then do I need to add 1 to the place value we were talking? Yes. So then what will be the answer? That is 1300. Right, so to the nearest 100, 297, it becomes 1300 when you round off to the nearest 100, right? So children, what you want to do, so if you have done all these things, check whether you have got the correct answers, right? So then we'll move to question number 5. You want to write 5200 in standard form. You know that when we are writing something in standard form, we have a number in between 1 and 10 and multiplied by 10 to the power something, right? To convert this 5200 into a number where in between that 1 and 10, right? So first of all, it is better to find the hidden decimal man. Can you remember? We have learned this. Then it's easier for you to write this number or convert this number to a number where it is in between 1 and 10. So how do you write this? How do you write this, children? So it is 5.2, right? So that is the number you can get, 5.2 multiplied by 10 to the power. So then earlier the decimal was here. Now the decimal is here. So then 1, 2, 3. So then how many steps away? That 3 steps away. Therefore, this should be 10 to the power 3. Am I clear? So then you want to, first you want to write the 5200 with its hidden decimal. Then it's easier for us to get the value with the decimal, that is 5.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 3. So now for your easy understanding, I'll give you another example, children. Let's say 272, right? Now you want to convert this number to the standard form, or else you want to write this number in standard form. What we can do, first we want to write that 272 with the hidden decimal man like this. Now I want to find a number between that 1 and 10. So I write this as 2.72 multiplied by this time it is 10 to the power 2. Hope it is clear for all of you. 2.72 multiplied by 10 to the power 2. I'll take another example, that is 4068, 40,682 will take. Now, how do you convert this? So first of all, you want to write that 40,682.0, right? Then it's easier for us to write the number 4.0682 and 10 to the power 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is 10 to the power 4. That is how you convert an ordinary number to a standard form number, right? So into standard form. So then your answer for this question should be 5.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 2, right? So then we want to express 16 to 20 in its simplest form. So first what we do, we write the ratio they have given, right? 16 to 20, right? So then how you can simplify this? I can see that both the numbers are multiples of 4. So then what can I do, children? Then 4 times 4 and 4 times 5. So then the simplest version or the simplest form of this ratio will be 4 to 5, right? Then question number 7, you have an algebraic equation and you want to find the value A. How we can find it, children, right? So you write that the 3A minus 1 will be 5. You want to find the value of A. For that, you want to keep A along. So for that, you want to send that negative 1 to the other side. When you're sending that negative 1 to the other side, what will happen, children? Now 3A is here. That negative 1 becomes positive. So then what will be there? So I don't have enough space. So then 3A equal to 6. Then A is equal to 6 divided by 3. The final answer is 2, right? Final answer is 2. So you can write A is equal to 2, right? So then 3A minus 1, I brought that negative 1 to the other side, that becomes positive 1. Then I have 3A equal to 6. Then I want to keep A along. For that, I want to remove that the multiplication 3. Then what happened? It becomes a division. Then 6 over 3 or 6 divided by 3, it becomes 2. So then final answer. So A is equal to 2. Then question number 8, you want to find the gradient M and y-intercept. Children, can you remember the very popular that the formula you should have for a straight line, right? That is what? That is what? Y equal mx plus c, right? So the first of all, I'll write that y equal mx plus c. So this m tells you the gradient value and c tells you the y-intercept. What do you mean by the y-intercept, children? So that is the point where it cuts the y-axis. So this is the y-intercept, right? This is the y-intercept. Okay. And this m is the gradient. Okay. This is the gradient. So then in this equation, how do you find the m value? This is the m value. And I'll take a different color to show you the y-intercept. So this is the y-intercept. So then how I'm going to conclude my answer, m for the gradient is 3 over 7 and y-intercept or else c, y-intercept or c is what? C is what? -8. Okay. So hope all of you can understand this, right? So then question number 9. Question number 9. So I'll take another example. Let's say you have y equal -2x plus 5. Now, can you guess what is the gradient in this equation and what is the y-intercept, children? Now, this time you have the gradient -2 and the y-intercept is 5. So why I wanted to get this kind of equation? Otherwise, you think that always the gradient value there should be the positive? No. So there can be the negative gradients also. And we have learned what will be the graph. If we have the positive gradients, we can see an acute angle. And if it is the negative gradient, we can see the obtuse angle. We have learned all these things, right? So then here, the gradient is -2 and the y-intercept is +5, right? According to the equation, you want to decide what is the gradient value and what is the y-intercept value. Yes, then we'll move to question number 9. Question number 9, you want to get the square root value. So we can do something like that. So then 9 we can write it as 3 squared multiplied by x squared and multiplied by y squared. Okay. So then how do you get the square root value? 3 multiplied by x multiplied by y. The final answer is 3xy. Hope it is clear for all of you, right? So then what I did that I wrote 9 as a square value, that is 3 square, then x square and y square. When we are getting the square root, now we have 3x and y. Then when you multiply them together, the answer will be 3xy. So then question number 10, we want to find the area of this figure. So first of all, we want to understand how to get the area, that is length into width, right? That is length into width. So here length is 4x children and width is 2x. How do you get the area value? How do you get the area value? 4 times 2, it is 8. X times x, it is x squared. That's it. We don't know the unit of this 4x and 2x. Therefore, the final answer should be 8x squared. We can't write anything because they have not mentioned the units, either it's centimeters or the meters. We don't know. Length, they have given 4x and width, they have given 2x. To find the area of a rectangle, what we should do, we multiply length and width together. So that is 4x and 2x you multiply together, then it gives you 8x squared, right? So then we discuss 10 questions, children, right? So in this paper, we do have, let's say in, part A, we have 16 questions. We'll discuss all the 16 questions together. And we'll discuss the part B with the separate video, right? So then question number 11, you want to find the perimeter of the above figure. Now children, what do you mean by the perimeter? You know that is the outer boundary length, right? If this is your land and let's say you want to have a fence around this land, what you should do, you want to start from one corner and you measure the length of each side and come back to the initial position. So then how will be the perimeter, children? 4x, then you meet 2x value, then again you meet 4x value, then again 2x value, right? So you move that from this corner, then you come here, then to this side and to this side, again you come back to this point. So then 4x, 2x, 4x, 2x. You add everything together, right, to find the perimeter value. So then what will be the answer? 4x plus 2x, 6x. 6x plus 4x, 10x plus 2x, that is 12x. Again, we don't know whether it's centimeters or meters. We don't have the unit values. We just keep it as 12x. Okay. So then question number 12. Question number 12. So this is very easy. Then what you can do, children? So there are different ways. The different kids, they have approached this question in different ways, right? So the method here I'm using, so x over 2 and I bring that -1 to the other side, it becomes +1. Then I have x over 2 equal to 2. Then to find the x value, 2 multiplied by 2, the answer is 4. That is one method. Okay, children. So that is one method. So you bring that the whole number 1 to the other side, -1, then it becomes +1. 1 plus 1, 2. Then you want to keep x along to find the x value. Therefore, you bring that division 2 to the other side as the multiplication. Then that becomes 2 times 2, 4, right? So that is one method. So there can be another method. It's a little bit lengthy, but I'll explain that method also, that if you feel that you have not done according to that, so you can write that x over 2, then you can write 1 over 1 and 1 over 1. What I did, children, I converted each and every item into fractions where we don't have the fractions, right? Because the first item is a fraction, then I convert that -1 and all other one also to the fraction. Then we do have different denominators, 1 and 2. The common denominator is 2. Then what I do, I multiply each and every item by 2, right? Like this. So we'll see what happened now. 2 and 2 we can cancel. So then x is here. So then 2 times 1, it is -2. And here 2. Now what happened? You want to keep x along, then you bring that -2 to the other side, then it becomes +2, then the answer will be 4. You get the same answer, children, right? So, but two different ways. So some of you may have used this method, or some of you may have used another method, that the earlier method we use. So whatever the method, so the final answer you should get x equal to 4, right? So then we'll do the question number 13. So there we want to have they are going to test our knowledge on the index, that the numbers which are written in index form. So you can see the same base value, children. Either it's a multiplication or a division. You can see the same base value. In that case, what we can do, children, so if it is a multiplication, what we do, we add the indices. If it is a division, what we do, we subtract. So you can straight away do like this. Again, you have another method. So you can write 2 to the power 2 and 2 to the power 4 like this. Then you draw this line to show the division, and you write it like this. And again, you have that lengthy way. But straight away, I am getting here this method because it's easy. The base value 2, when I have the multiplication, I add the indices together. And when I have the division, I subtract. Then 2 plus 2, 4. 4 minus 3, it is 1. Then 2 to the power 1. The final answer is 2, because to the power 1. Any base value to the power 1 will be equal to the base value. Then question number 14, we want to find C, and what is the concept or the rule behind these, children. So you can write C plus 58 degrees equal to 180 degrees, and inside the bracket you can write the reason, angles on a straight line. You can write. You don't want to write, children, angles on a straight line add up to 180, because that add up to part we have already shown with the numbers, right? So you just write the reason, angles on a straight line, and what is the relationship? They are added to 180. So to find the C value, 180 degrees minus 58 degrees, what will be the answer? 122. Yes, we'll check, cross check again. 122 and 58, we'll add them together. So then we should get 180. Yes, it is 180. So the answer is 122. Then we want to find this value. Children, can you remember? This is your first lesson. 10 to the power -2. How you can write? 1 over 10 to the power 2. Okay? 1 over 10 to the power 2. Another way we can write 1 over 100. 1 over 100, right? Now what I am doing, children, after finding the real meaning of that, 6.93 multiplied by 1 over 100. In other words, what does that mean, children? 6.93, right, divided by 100. And we have learned. So when we are dividing a decimal value by 100, what happened? So we learned this when you were in grade 6. What happened? 0.0693 will be the answer. Earlier, the decimal point was here, 6.93. Now the decimal point is here. So because we divide it by what? We divide the number by 100. Then we'll move to the last question of part A. You want to express 12 centimeter as a percentage of 2 meters. 12 centimeters as a percentage of 2 meters, right? First of all, you want to understand the relationship here, but we can't do anything because that the numerator, it is a centimeter value and the denominator, it is a meter value. Therefore, you want to do the conversion. We know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Therefore, I write that 12 centimeters and 200 centimeters and multiply by 100, and centimeters I can cancel. Then 100 times 1 and 100 times 2, then 2 times 1 and 2 times 6, right? The answer will be 6%, right? If you have, what does this mean, children? If you have 2 meter length wire and if you have taken 6% out of that, the portion you took out will be 12 centimeters. That is the meaning of this. Or else, in other words, if you have 2 meter length and you are taking 12 centimeters, then that portion you took out will be 6% of the total length, or the 2 meters, right? So this is all about part A, March 2021, first semester examination. Then paper 1, part A we discuss, right? So if you need, I'll quickly show you all the answers. You can check again and you can mark your answers. And the first question, it is 4x. Then the next question, it is 80 centimeters squared. Third question, 49 over 100. Fourth question, it is 1300. And the fifth question, you write in standard form 5.2 multiplied by 10 to the power 3. Then sixth question, you want to simplify the ratio given. And 16 and 20 are multiples of 4. Then I divided by 4 both the numbers. Then I got 4 to 5. Then 7, it is a simple algebraic equation where you need to find the value A. A is equal to 2. And question number 8, you want to find the gradient and the y-intercept. The equation should be y equal mx plus c format, right? If you have received something that which is not according to this y equal mx plus c format, children, in the exam, first of all, you want to convert the given equation to the y equal mx plus c format. Then you want to get the m value, or the gradient, and c value, the y-intercept, right? So here the gradient is 3 over 7 and the y-intercept is -8. Then you want to get the square root. 9, I wrote it as a square value, then 3 square. Then when I get the square root of all the items, it becomes 3xy. Question number 10, you want to find the area of this rectangle. They have not mentioned anything about the units. But to find the area, I want to multiply length and width together. Therefore, I multiply 4x and 2x together. It gave me 8x squared. And with the same figure, you want to find the perimeter, where you need to add all the the straight edges together. That is 4x plus 2x, 4x plus 2x. It gives you 12x. Then the next one. To solve this algebraic equation and to get the value x, there can be different methods. I explain one method, and here I have written the second method. Then question number 3, you have the same base value. And if when you have the same base value and when you have the multiplication and division, so then what you can do, if it is a multiplication, you add the indices. If it is a division, you subtract the indices. So then the next one, you have the simplest, I would say, the theorem in geometry, angles on a straight line add up to 180. Therefore, C plus 58 will be equal to 180. So then C is equal to 122. Then question number 15, you want to find the value of the given number. For that, first of all, you want to understand what is the meaning of 10 to the power negative 2. You have the negative index. To convert this negative into positive index, we want to get the reciprocal, children. That is why I wrote it as 1 over 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2 means 1 over 100. Then I write the number 6.93 and multiply it by 1 over 100. If you multiply something by 1 over 100, that means you divide that particular number by 100. So then when you divide 6.93 by 100, then the final answer will be 0.0693. Then the last question for part A, it's about the percentages. The 12 centimeters you have taken out from 2 meter length wire or cloth, whatever it is. So then you want to find the percentage you took out. So then out of 2 meters, you have taken 12 centimeters, but you cannot compare or do anything because both these two numbers are in two different units. Therefore, I converted 2 meters into centimeters, that is 200 centimeters. Now I can cancel centimeters and centimeters. Then as I want to have a percentage, I multiplied it by 100. Then 100 and 200 I can simplify, then it gives you 2. Then 2 and 12 you simplify, then it gives you 6. Okay, so that is the end of part A. So we'll meet again with part B, children. See you, everyone.